Hello and welcome to Rainmaker's Story World Adventures. Um, actually, I just had my writing class, and we had a writing assignment, and I really like my writing assignment, and I got a lot of positive feedback. And so I thought I would share about that. I'll read it to you. The exercise is if you're new here, my name is Rainmaker, and this is Rainmaker's Story World Adventures, and I like to share about my writing, my process, my 4 science fiction and fantasy story worlds that I'm working on, my artwork, anything around that. And so here we go. Describe a lake as seen by a young man who has just committed a murder. Do not mention the murder. So the exercises, we did another one earlier too, similar. I might go ahead and share that one too. I'm not sure. I'm just like really excited about this one right now. Not about the murder, but um, anyway, what we were working on is to evoke the idea of something using the descriptiveness. So we had to write uh, had to describe a lake as seen by a young man who has just committed a murder, and do not mention the murder. So this is what I wrote. We had um, another classmate. Actually, there are 3 of us from the South. He was from Texas. I'm originally from Louisiana, and another classmate is from Florida. And so we're like, oh, we're all around the Gulf, because I was inspired to write about that area because my classmate had on the previous assignment exercise we had, he was writing about stuff in Texas and had that southern ethnic kind of thing going on. And so it was kind of neat that we were all evoking the gators and so forth. Anyway, here it is. How beautiful and quiet now were the banks of Lake Maurepas, in the stillness, the blackness of the pre-dawn skies, on this new moon, with only the stars to observe silently, giving nothing away. Even the usual whining of the mosquitoes was absent. The air was heavy, yet a cool, mysterious fog rose up, as if the lake itself conjured it to further hide its secrets. This quietude calmed the recent adrenaline in the beholder, as he sat thoughtfully staring out from his perch on a large and weathered cypress knee, the towering trunk growing out from under the I-55, dripping with ragged Spanish moss. Not even the loud semis roared above at this hour. He knew he should sink his pirogue, but instead he untied the rope, releasing it quietly, giving it a push. He knew something out there would smell the blood on it and pull it down. Better that he leave that part to the wilds of the lake. There were still a few old superstitious Cajuns around there, and the right kinds of stories would get spread. He mused at his cleverness, and, despite himself, said a quick prayer to the Geds to move things along smoothly, their traditional, almost comical imagery of a gang of skeletons in top hats, belying their purposeful intent. Not that he was superstitious, mind you, but the chilling mist was getting into his shirt as his body calmed, and the magic of the lake was losing its touch. Still, he sat a little longer, almost holding a sort of vigil, waiting for the first lightening of the horizon when he could finally begin to make out the far edge of the black water. It was still too early yet for the crabbers to come out. He would make sure he was gone before that. Soon. Soon he would creep out, make his way through the soggy patches of turf, and walk back to his hut at the end of the row, sleep a few hours, wash up, and be back at work to deep fry the best soft-shell crab Middendorf's had to offer. There you go. I rather like that. I did actually Google Map Lake Maurepas, the area, put it on satellite because I wanted to refresh my memory of the location to visualize the scene and make it kind of like realistic. Um, why did I choose that? Well, Lake Maurepas is much lesser known than Lake Pontchartrain. Lake Pontchartrain has so much history, around it and has been featured so much I felt it was overdone. Rather than be cliche like everybody else, I thought I would write about Lake Maurepas, who nobody's probably heard about if you're not from Southeast Louisiana or Louisiana at all. And also, Middendorf's is a restaurant. Actually, I'm not sure if they're still open or not. I didn't check, but my grandfather would take us out there once in a while to eat. And I mentioned the soft shell crabs because my grandmother, that was her favorite. Whenever we went, that's what she would get. I think only maybe one time do I remember that she got catfish, which was also really good, and that's what I always got. But it was the soft shell crab. Anyway, yeah, so there's that. Um, and yeah, you know what? Maybe I'll go ahead and I'll read the other exercise. I do have updates on the Tomley story, but I do have some more writing to do with that before I'm going to post a new video. I don't know when that will be. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, this exercise was to describe a building as seen by a man whose son has just been killed in a war. Do not mention the son, or death, or war, or the old man doing the seeing. This was challenging. I wasn't sure that I'd made it because I felt like I kind of mentioned the man, but not really. I kind of just described things that indicate a man, I guess. But my instructor was like, you hit the nail on the head. So that was really cool. So this it was also very short. We had half an hour to write. I think both of them we had half an hour to write. I think the second exercise, the one about the murder, we had 40 minutes to write. Anyway, the dog whined softly, consolingly behind the screen door, shuffling, snuffling, and claws clacking on the bare floorboards to move anxiously out of the way as the door opened, then skittering behind slow, shuffling feet, getting out of the way of the screen door snapping shut, the rusty spring still fighting to do its job of keeping the mosquitoes out, that tried in vain to escape the heavy dark rain falling, letting loose its sorrow upon the old shingles, the eaves overflowing, threatening to break. Yet, with all the noise of the rain, a stillness was upon the house that was never known before. Just days ago the mail had arrived, and with it came a package, the contents of which sat upon the dark mantel, black velvet behind a purple ribbon bordered by white, above that lonely shape with its golden with its golden silhouette. If love knew sorrow, this form it might take. Soggy newspaper still outside, never to be read, for the only one that mattered still lay open on the kitchen table, beginning to gather dust, having done its duty in conveying news that was hoped to never come. Quietly the dog laid a gentle paw with a soft woof, and after a wooden creak and another slow shuffle, absently, a little bowl of victuals was laid down, but the faithful dog sniffed at it, moved next to the vacant chair, and sat, panting, waiting, softly whining, glancing at the door for the one who would not return. So, yeah, I think that was actually pretty cool. This is really just meant to be a quick little update. That's all I was really going to share. So I'm going to end it here, and I will see y'all next time. Thank you for coming to see my Rainmaker Story World's Adventure channel. And if you have not done so yet, please like and subscribe and share it if you think other people might like what I have to offer. Have a great rest of your day, evening, whatever. Bye.